goes a little something like.
Hello Literates, I'm Britt. This is my channel brittwriterly, and it is day 2 of Kwanzaa, and that would make it Kujichagulia day. And the prompt is, what is the prompt? The prompt is this thing. Self-determination. Hello. And so today I'm going to be making a self-determining video about what I want, not just for my channel, which I feel like I'm always clear about what my channel does and does not do, but I also want to just make a sort of self-determined statement about what I want for my writing, for myself as a writer. And so with no further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so I'll start with the channel and then I'll go into my writing, and y'all definitely tell me if you're a booktuber, an author-tuber, creator-tuber, or whatever. Let me know what your self-determined statements are. What do you want for your channel? If you want to start a channel in the new year, do it. Especially if you're a Black creator, do it. And tell me what you want for your channel. What do you want? What do you want your channel to be about? What do you want your channel to do? What do you not want to do? Does anything that I say in the next 10 minutes resonate with you? Let me know what, add on to the conversation, all that jazz. And smash that like button and ring that bell. Ring that bell so you don't miss a single video. Okay, so starting with my channel. From day one, I said I wanted my channel to center literature, to center Black literature, and that is still true. And my channel still does that, whether it is an indie Black author or a trad pub Black author. Channel is still centering Black literature. I had started this series called I Fangirl, and I wanted to keep it going. I only did one video on it. I did the I Fangirl, the best sentence ever written in Black literature. I'm thinking about the classics, and it was you better not never tell nobody but God, and that's the first line of The Color Purple by Alice Walker. And I stand by my statement, but we're focusing. So I wanted to do more. I wanted to do I Fangirl, the best bromance ever written in Black literature. That would be Milkman and Guitar from Toni Morrison's Song of Solomon, Debate Your Aunt. Milkman and Guitar are the best bromance in Black literature and Black classical literature. I don't want to hear it. So the point is, I didn't finish it. Like I didn't add on to that series, and I want to. So in the new year, I want to add on to that series, mostly because I haven't been able to reread Song of Solomon, and I wanted to reread it before I did the video. Now, I don't have to, because I've read that book at least once, maybe twice, maybe 3 times. But if you've been on this channel for any amount of time, you know that your girl doesn't have a good memory. It's true. I'm showing up as myself. So I wanted to read it again before I make the video, but I don't have to. I could just focus on the main points of that book that I love so much, and the main like Guitar Milkman parts that I love so much, and on why. So like, I just want to do more of those like really classical nerdy things that I love. That I started earlier this year and sort of fell off with. And there are lots of like Black classics going on. Bree has her thing with the Black classics going on. So like, things are happening. It's not like people aren't reading the classics, they are. So, that's not why I didn't do it. I just didn't have time to read Song of Solomon because I was gonna buddy read it with Erica, and I just got mad busy all the way up to now. And so hopefully in the new year I can. Even if audiobook, like y'all know I'm an audiobook person, like I can make it happen. So I wanna not get back to centering Black literature like I ever stopped, but those sort of series that I was really excited to start, I want to go back and pick those up. I want to continue to encourage slow reading on my channel. When I do stuff like I fangirl over one sentence, I fangirl over one friendship in a novel, I do that because, well, that's part of my training, is to look closely and deeply at a nuance, right? At a small thing, at a particular thing in a contained area, and then extrapolate that information into a wider thesis. And I think that's valuable, especially in BookTube, when we're talking about reading 11 books in a month. If you're doing that, go off. But that's not been my style since I was a very young reader, just because I just was like, there's not a reason or rhyme, and there's no shade to either kind. I just haven't done that sort of like reading 20 books a month since I was in just before I went to college. So I'll say it like that, before I went to college. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out what direction my curls are going, and the answer is I don't know. So don't mind me. I'm not playing with my hair. I'm just trying to understand what Cheryl's trying to do. But Cheryl gonna do what she want to do. We're just gonna keep talking to each other. So I encourage slow reading, just in the way that I will take an hour to talk about a book, whether it's Wings of Ebony, Beasts of Prey, The Gilded Ones, the Strickland's Sisters series by Alexandria House, like all these books that I have loved, whether it is, again, trad or indie. Y'all know Alexandria House is my queen. I love her. Whatever the book is, I will take a long time to talk about it, because I want to talk about everything. I want to talk about, why did she make this decision? That speaks to her character. Like, I want to just I want to luxuriate in it. And I mean, I want to continue to resist the BookTube grind of trying to like read a lot for the sake of reading a lot. If I read a lot, that's fine, but that's not really how I am at this season in my life. I want to read, not necessarily like a few good books. I want to read more than a few, especially as a writer. I need to be aware of what's going on in the genre. But I want to read carefully, and care takes time. And so I want to continue to be a channel that slow reads as a practice, not slow reads a book for like, oh, I'm doing a slow read of this. That just like as a practice, I slow read. That was not Shay's people who were doing slow reads. I think the Octavia E. Butler slow read that's going on of like all of her works is fantastic and is doing excellent work. But I'm saying, like, for me, I just want to be someone who like who is okay with the fact that I'm in a season of slow reading right now. I want to be okay with that. I want to continue my within the discourse series whenever I want to. So not like all the time, like I have to do it once a month, which I was at the beginning. I just want to do it whenever I want to. Just to remind us that a lot of these terms that we're using are co-opted from Black thinkers. Just bring us back to that every once in a while. Hello. And then finally, I want to do genre grades. I don't want to do rant videos, but I do want to get into like, of the three genres that I love, right? Fantasy, romance, and mystery. What like genre conventions annoy me, and what genre conventions or genre refusals keep me coming back to the genre. So I want to just start getting into more of that. So especially as a writer, I want to be more like conscious about things that are really conventions of genres, and how those things get repeated, and how certain writers interrupt that. Like, I want to be more conscious of it, and I want to just be like, y'all, this annoyed me. So that's my writing determination. Those are the things that I want for my channel, the things that I love about my channel that I want to continue doing. As a writer, I feel like I'm really close to the camera, but y'all are welcome. As a writer, I want my writing to center Black characters and Black culture. I think this is not a tea video. I want my writing to center Black characters and Black culture, not just be Black characters that are surrounded by white characters, and Black culture, if there's any, is like a one-off event that's devoid of any sort of context. especially context that would be like more Black bodies in the room. Okay. I also want my writing to like have Black love. I love Black love. I want more of it. I want it in my writing. I want it in my writing. I want it in my writing. I love that we are seeing Black fantasy and YA, because it's not like a thing like in Black adult fantasy we never see Black love. I don't think that's a thing, but if it is, I'm not tracking that as much because I'm not reading as much adult fantasy yet, but I will in 2022 as I start looking at more of my own adult projects. But right, I've been like in YA because I've been writing a YA. In YA, I'm very aware of it. I want Black love in my books, and I don't want, I hear what I think of horror stories, even if they're not communicated to me that way, of like authors saying, or I don't know if it was like a confession, a testimony, or a rumor, I don't know. But things like, oh, like, yeah, my publisher told me that this was a wonderful character that I should just think about making them mixed instead of Black. Like, instead of fully Black. And I'm just like, that's horrific. That's horrifying to me. I want my writing, I want to declare to myself right now, to myself, and then, also before y'all, because y'all are here, that I don't want to ever do that. I don't want to ever change the culture, the heritage, the racial makeup of my character to fit a publishing request. Red flag. Black family, asterisk. I want to represent Black families in my stories. Blood family. Like, I don't have any issue with found family. I think found family is excellent. I think there's found family in my books. Not all of them, but it's a thing. I'm not against found family. But I also want to explore Black mothers being there for their kids, Black fathers being there for their kids, Black sisters, Black brothers being there for their siblings, cousins being there for their cousins, aunts, uncles, grandparents. Like, I want to explore Black families that are not toxic and that are not faulty in any other way that, like, we see Black families failing, and that culture tries to tell us that the Black family is failing. I want our literature to depict more Black families. They don't all have to be nuclear, but I want to depict more successful Black families. I want to protect my style as a writer. I have a very poetic voice, and I want to keep it. I have struggled at times with trying to make it more commercial. I think there's a difference between not letting your writerly preference overpower a character's voice, but I've like struggled with like, oh, maybe this was like too beautiful, maybe I should like change this. And that, like I said, that's fine when it's overshadowing a character's voice, but when it's about publishing and publishing expectations, I want to protect the way that I express things, and make it about my character and me in that order, and for publishing not to have such a strong effect on how I say the things that I say. Last two things, two are important to me: polyvocality, and Black fun. So I am a fan of multi-POV voice stories. They can be hard to sell, especially as an early career writer, but I want to hold on to polyvocality for this really important reason. I'm not gonna like go over long because I don't want this to be a long video. Polyvocality is important to me because just like Chinua, Chimamanda, when she talks about the danger of a single story, I think that we quote her TED Talk and we say that's really amazing and important, but that can also, for me, there's also the danger of a single story can also come from the push to represent a story only through one person's point of view. One person's journey affects so many other people, and I don't have anything against voices that are a single POV, but when there's a push to represent a story through one POV that has been already, that like a writer feels called to tell through many voices, I'm suspicious of that, and I want to remind myself again and again to press for and to champion the cause of polyvocality, of letting a story be told from many mouths, from many views, and from allowing that to be a communal experience, because the story has been experienced from all these viewpoints by these people, and those voices and those perspectives matter. And then the last thing, Black fun. Black girl magic, Black boy joy, all these things per usual have been co-opted. I want to write stories about Black fun. I want to write stories about Black kids being kids, about Black adults not being pressed under the burden of being Black. Like, Blackness is what kills us. That's not what kills Black people. Let's be clear. And especially on this day of Kwanzaa, of kujichagulia, I want to be strong in my writing voice, that I am presenting Black characters who are complex, who feel pain, who give pain, who feel love, who give love, and who have fun in their lives fully, right? And that's important to me. It's important to me to have fun on this channel. The minute it becomes not fun, you ain't gonna find me. It's important for me to write characters who are having fun, because Black people have fun. Black kids have fun. Black adults have fun. I laugh so much in my life. My parents, who are literally twice my age, laugh all the time together. I want to show and to see Black characters who are laughing even in fantasy, right? Like, even when it's not a slice of life, like contemporary, whatever, I want my Black characters to laugh as much as they do anything else. And that is so important to me. Thank y'all for watching my day 2 Kujichagulia video prompt. Share with me your self-determinations. Tell me where, if you're not doing a video, where else you're doing, so I can go and watch. Make sure you tag me and Cash and everything you do. Our socials are in the description box. Y'all have a fantastic day, and until next time, bye bye.